Okay, so we're trying to build a real estate platform with the following specifications. Okay, so for most of you, you must have known of probably on Tree. In Tree.co, you definitely get things better than what we'll be building today. We'll be focusing on building this using web technologies, front end HTML, CSS with very little JavaScript, and then backend PHP, and then database in MySQL. So to start with, let's actually build our folder structure. So our folder is going to look as such. We start by having our index.html. So we're trying to build our views first, the different pages we'll be needing. So building these two might need us to, okay, control D.
So have you launched your recording?
Yeah, I've launched the record already. So here is our HTML skeleton. It gets bigger. Okay. Cool. So let's try to see what it looks like. So actually go live so that most of these views will be done fast. It's taking us forever to load. Okay, I'm sure it's loading, but we're not focusing. So localhost, please, this localhost is that of VS Code. It's not the one from one. So this is 5500. Good, it gives us a blank page. Here's my default browser, reason why it's being loaded. So I don't need it. So we said for our different pages we'll need the landing page. So we try to build something very simple for our landing page. By the way, let's add our CSS library. So we're going to be using Bootstrap. So I'll come here and say Bootstrap 4. So while it's loading Bootstrap 4 there, what else will we be needing? We might be needing pictures, so Bootstrap 4 will get it from the W3 schools. For the pictures we'll be needing, we'll probably get our pictures from so probably getting from Google. We might be using a tool like photopia.com to resize them, the equivalent of Photoshop. So what else do we need? Oops, yes, I'm not connected. I think I'm connected. So probably a small network glitch. Okay, it's going to load. So while it's loading there, Google is loading here, then we're having a Bootstrap 4 come up here. Okay, Bootstrap 4. We'll be interested in getting just the link, Bootstrap 4, where is your CDN? Good. We're interested in getting just the CDN. So this is for CSS. We copy this and take to our CSS. Take this into our, oops, I forgot this here too. And then I come and copy that for the JavaScript. I copy all of it. And I come here in the body. Remember, JavaScript is in the body. So it's going to be loading jQuery and JavaScript. Yeah, this is for jQuery library. Popper helps. Actually have what you call a polyfill for Bootstrap 4 and the rest, given that they use some functionalities that are not native to the browser. So once we've done this, we have our Bootstrap integrated. So by the way, while we're still here, we can simply try to pick up cards, for instance, from Bootstrap. We'll simply come here and we'll look for cards. Okay, while the cards are running, let's build our basic landing page. So div, for those who have done Bootstrap, div.container, div.row, and div.column. So for our landing page, we said we'll have a nav bar and then we'll have different cards. So if we'll be having our cards, and now we decide we want to have one card on a small screen, on a medium screen we have 2, and on a large screen, no, your medium screen we have 2. Let's say our medium screen here is a tablet, and on a large screen MD we are having, if we put 4 here, means we're going to be having 3 cards. Okay, so let's try to get a card, load here and see what we get. So rapidly come here. I think this card is not bad. So we simply come here to try yourself. No, try yourself. We'll come right down. Oh my god. Try yourself. Okay, cool. This looks like something interesting. Here's a code. So we simply copy this code and we come here. We insert the code. Yeah. So we save this, but it's not going to work very well for us. So you can see here, it's not working very well because we don't have a picture. So let's rapidly go to Google and pick a sample picture of a house. I definitely some letter of houses will be selling now.
This sounds like something Cameroon.
For recording. So here we will go this way. I'll try to pick this one and see what it's going to look like. So we're going to save image. I cannot save image. Save link, no. Save image. This is going to go into my downloads, and I'll just save you there and rapidly pick you from downloads. Oops. Okay, I have to come back this way. So I pick the image, and then we have a folder there. Yeah, this folder, yes, our root folder, by the way. So in our root folder, we're going to create a folder here. I can't see it, so new folder. I will call it here imgs for images. So we'll open it, we put that image there. It's called download. So I'll probably call it 1. I guess it's the JPG. Yeah, good. So if I come back here, for our card here, we're having a picture. We have to card swap with pictures. Div. Okay, there's the image here. So I call it 1. The JPG. So when I save and I come back, I think it has been loaded out. Oh, sorry. Remember the path. If you look in there, Control D. If you look in there, it's kept in here, right? So I was getting it wrong. For those who usually see that pictures have disappeared, that's probably the issue. No one gets it right. Okay. Cool. We now have our image and then that. Okay. Let's see if it's really working. We get contain what we're trying to do. So if I come here and I just try to see if I will have 3 of them there. So I just do 1, 2. Okay, those are 3 images. And refresh. Cool. Probably we're already on mobile here. So if I just try to go out slowly, cool. I see they're aligning. So yeah, we need to actually add a margin so that there's some space around all these pictures. So how do we do that? We have to target our images, because if you look inly, there is definitely a border that is given, but please, we're not focusing so much on aesthetics and all. So if I come here, one thing I'll try to do here is I'll try to make these images not really get into one another. Yeah, so for that I'll rapidly come up here and I'll do an internal CSS style. Yeah, so I'll simply say style, and I'll come here targeting all the images, and I'll say give them some margin of 10 pixels, and let's see. Cool. You see the images, I think this is better. We'll leave it like this. We're not trying to do anything so big. So we come back, they are all similar. But before this, we needed a nav bar. So rapidly rush back to Bootstrap here and tell it we need a nav bar. Where is nav bar? Nav bar is somewhere. Create, no. Tab, no, we're going for tab later. Nav bar. Great. So when we click, time is trying to give us a nav bar. Let's look. We need more of these. So we simply come here. Oops, we we come here again, we come here again. So what do we realize? We realize that this row, if we get to duplicate this row, we'll be having another row of, yeah, can keep duplicating them or keep having more and more, right? Good. Yeah, this will just stay like this for now. We'll try to add our nav bar and our sign in, sign up, and then we get going. So for our first view, I think we're on track. So yeah, we've got it indexed, but it's not a big deal. Okay, our nav bar seems to be ready. So yes, our nav bar, we'll try to use search. Yeah, so the code is what is the code? Okay, here's the code. So simply copy from here, nav bar, and here nav bar. Remember, we're using Bootstrap. It's able to work like this because we have installed the Bootstrap library. So when I come back up here, I want the nav bar to actually come right up here. So I simply put the nav bar there, and that's it. So I take it one step to the back. So when I save, our work now should have a nav bar. Okay, a nav bar is not black and white. Oh, this was a basic nav bar. So let's go right down. I'll be able to have something of our taste. Cool. Let's see. This one seems to work well. Copy this code instead. It looks longer, provided it works. Cool. So we copy all of this instead. So I simply come up here, wherever I had nav, I take it out. I replace it with this, and let's hope this one does better than the previous one. So now, up to now, up here, we go one step behind. When we save, when we come here, cool, we're having that little nav bar there, which is, it does the work. So here, instead is supposed to be switching a nav bar, we'll call it home, we'll call it, probably this was supposed to add our logo. So it has come here home. Okay, usually we try to have this on the other side. The login, logout for our users. That's going to be some other stress. I don't want to do that manually. Bootstrap has all of that ready for you. So if I come, okay, maybe this guy will be doing it. Okay, for the moment, we'll not try to. We'll leave it. For the moment, we'll leave it here. But you can actually go and write your own CSS to actually push it to one side. But we might come back to that later. That's not the major functionality. So we'll simply come here and call it what? Sign in, sign up, something like that. Sign. How is that sign? Sign in up. Cool, let's leave it like that, as simple as that. Good, so this is our first page done, right? Our second page was supposed to be our info page. So when we click on this, where does it take us to, right? So let's try to do that one. So I'll do this Control A, Control copy, Control N, Control V. Remember, we're trying to build our views. These are our views we're trying to build. So I'll call this is a page we just created. I'll call it a landing page. Landing page dot html. Good. So our index still remains. On our index now, we want to build our details page. So for our details page, we just need one of these images and then some short info at the side. So if I come to our container, all I need to do is I still keep the nav. Oh, we even forgot to add a footer. Anyhow, we'll add a footer later. So I come here, I need just one of these cards. That is it. Okay, cool. Here are the cards. So I'll just come here, fold all these other ones, and take them away. We don't need them. Row, I do the same. Take away. So when I refresh, cool. You need just one image. This time around, the image should be bigger. So I come here and just say I want it to occupy half of the page. Okay, it seems I was already occupying half of the page. Okay, I can ask it to occupy more. So SM occupy, let's say 8. Yeah, 8. 8 should be good enough. SM upwards. Are we not an SM upwards? Okay. Then on the rest of these, Cool. The remaining 4 parts, remember Bootstrap, you keep dividing the screen into 12. So in the rest of these, I'll simply come here and say info. Okay, by the way, all aware of lorem ipsum. Lorem, cool, it generates some text for us, and then at the bottom, let's have some contacts. Yeah, just do that. Cool. So we have our image, and we have some short info, and then contact, right? As simple as that. We can consider that done for, okay, this button, we should take out this button and probably do something like we go out completely of this. I'll leave this button here. Let's see where it appears. Cool, it appears there, and all we need to say is say back to home page. Back to home page. Yeah. So whenever you are visiting a picture, you can simply rush back to your home page and see what you are doing there. So here we don't need this text too. We don't need all of this text. We don't need this text because all of this text, we find a text or find contacts, and we can go back to our home page. That's a simple details page, which if we want to actually add a heading to it, we can come here and call it H3, and we say details page, and we have that details page. But if we want it, probably we center the text, we say text center. Going to centralize that text, and probably if we need some margin, we can say margin 5. It's going to add some margin around and starts looking like something serious. Okay, great. If we want to make it look bigger, remember H1, you can just add H1 in here. I'm going to do the job. Okay, yeah, I think that's good for a details page. Okay, so we're going to save this page to Control A, Control Copy, Control N, Control V, Control Save, and we call it details page .html. Good. So what do we have again? Our login logout page, our sign in sign up. So we now have to build a form here. So we rush back to Bootstrap again and add Bootstrap forms, Bootstrap forms. Okay, forms. Okay, Bootstrap has a series of forms. Some of them are beautiful. In fact, I'm not trying to get things that are too beautiful here. Let's just stick with this. So we'll copy this for forms, and then we come here. Remember, your content should be in your container. So I could just come here and say sign in, sign up. Sign in up. Okay, the moment I do that, okay, sign. No, that's it. Sign should be this. Okay, so this row here, I'm interested in the row, but now Bootstrap 4 actually makes your work easy too, because Bootstrap 4, this is all what you have to do. You can come and take away this button too. So Bootstrap 4, all I need to do here is, I will say div.color. Good, and it gives me everything. We're simply going to prepare the whole width. So when I save this and I go back, there's our form, sign in, sign up. But now, as we said, okay, I need to make this bigger so I can see. Yeah. Okay, we said we need username, password. Okay, let's start with sign in. Okay, by the way, I told you about Bootstrap tabs. We'll use tabs. It makes work very easy. Tab. So Bootstrap tabs. Well, we Bootstrap tabs, all we want to do is we want to have two buttons here. When I click on sign in, I see sign in. When I click on sign up, I see sign up. So while it's loading, let's just have our fields ready. So we needed what? Username, number, password, right? So rapidly come up here. I'll just make you a little bit smaller so that I can know what I'm doing. Username, we don't need email, so okay, I'll add our form. Where does it go to? For the moment, we really don't care about this. So I'll come here, I do you. Where else do I have email? I come email here. Great. So I change this to username. Okay, I come here, I say enter username, and I come here, I say username. Okay, then I come here. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. username. After username, what do I have here? I need, we said we get username number, right? Username, I take this here, I get you here. I say number. So you could come here and say user number, user number. No, I'm busy. Leave a message. Okay, here, enter number. So username, number, then password. Okay, then after that we don't need a checkbox. So here we can submit. Okay, when I save, cool, we're having a username, user number, and the password. Good. Let's rapidly come and see what our tabs must have done by now. My gosh. Refresh again. Okay, by the way, while it's doing that, so alright, sign, here alright, sign up. Alright, sign up, then I'll probably come here and do sign in. Therefore, this signing down. For sign in, we said we don't need username. All we did is the user's number and their password. So we're going to have our two forms here, appearing here. Yeah. I don't know if it's the internet or what.
You can create something that when you click on sign up, it changes the format of the page.
I guess that's what we're trying to do, right? For the meantime, I think we'll just leave it like this until when this loads, we get the code and we'll add here, and then it's going to change it. So for the meantime, let me just add a heading to each of them. So no, you can't add something here. You add below the call. So here I'll just do h3 dot. I'll say this is what sign in, right? Sign in. Sign in. And then when I come here, I simply do sign up. This will sign up. So good. We have sign up here, we have sign in here. Okay, sign in, we just did number and password. Sign up, we need username, number, and password. Good. Okay. Anyhow, so this is it for our sign up, sign in page, which it's unfortunate it's not finished, but we can finish it once this loads any other time. So Control A, Control copy, Control N, Control V, Control S, we call it, or we can just say login page, or call it login.html. So far we've been calling the other ones pages, so let's call it page 2, login page.html. So the last thing we need is actually our profile page. So we'll come back to our index.html. I'll try to create a profile page. On our profile page, we said let the user here being the landlord or the real estate agent, let they be able to have a banner where here they have home or the name of the platform. They simply find their name, and then and then they have a form here where they can actually update the status of whatsoever they're posting. Okay, that said, we'll simply just modify this a little bit so we can achieve that. So we'll come back to our nav, by the way. On our nav, we won't be needing, yes, our nav. So our nav, we won't be needing all of these. So actually, this nav toggler, that's what permits you to have that breadcrumb icon. Let me see this button finish there. Cool. This functionality, this is the one providing it. So we just move you and we just put here real estate agent name. and then we can take off every other thing below here. Good. So find the real estate. Oh, okay. The text is not. Where's our text by the way? Just where it has been here. Okay. So while it's here, what we can do for it is we actually come here. We do a span. No, do a span. It's still going to be right. So we'll do a div the text light or text white. White. So it's going to change the color of the text to white so that we can see them more. Cool. So find the real estate agent's name there. And here we did the form, the text area. So we really don't need to go back and copy that from Bootstrap. We should be able to do that by ourselves. So I come here, call, I take you out. And I come up here, submit remains. Here I take you out too. And then I come here, instead of input, I do text area. I do text area type, I don't. Class, I leave you. So this is text area for status. We'll just call it status for now. We'll call it here real estate status. Yeah, we'll leave. You can still leave you here. Placeholder, I'll say enter real estate info. So here I click to enter the info, and here we're calling it. Let's just call it estate info instead. Estate info. So that's the ID. We come here, so we call it the same way here. So estate info, and then here, what we need here is a picture. So we just do picture, and then for a picture here, we're going to say file. Yeah, here we say file. We don't need a placeholder for our file. And then here we come and say file. So good. We're trying to aim at where's our text area? What's wrong here? Oh, we did not close our text area. Thank you. So we come here and we close your code. So leave the button come down. Alright, that's refreshed already, but why? Let's say something wrong. Okay, your div closes. So that div closes, level closes. And what's the issue? Oh, at times the refresh is not all the best now. Okay, so you have it's no longer called sign up. You say estate form. So on the estate this sign up guys. So on our estate form we have that estate form. Oh, Control Z. Okay, let's actually have our estate form here instead. Estate form, because you see it was boldly written on. Okay. So our estate form, we have the info about the estate, and then we can pick up a picture. Like the picture we just had in downloads. There's a picture of an estate there. Kind of put it down. If you have to send it we say here no longer add. That's the sign of no, say add estate. Okay, cool. We have all our views in place now. Yeah. Views that took some people 1 month to do. Okay, good. So if we have all our views now, remember, let me pull up let me come here. Where's the readme? Here's the readme. Okay. So we're going to be using for our architecture, we're going to be using the MVC architecture, where we're going to build our model, our views, and our controller. We'll build our views already. All these different pages represent our views, the HTML, CSS we'll be using so far, and JavaScript. Please, we'll be using JavaScript already. We've not written any code in JavaScript because Bootstrap has been doing it for us. Remember, in Bootstrap we included this below. We included a jQuery library, Popper, and then Bootstrap on JavaScript. So they've been doing some JavaScripting for us already, but we've not been doing any active JavaScripting, which is not an issue. So the next thing we do is, once we're done with our views, the next thing we should logically do is go for our controller. Our controller is going to be in PHP, which is the backend language we'll be using. So for that, PHP with HTML is so easy because all we now need to do is we just need to look at our folder structure. Here's our folder structure. Our HTML is going to disappear. So we'll come here, click on it, and actually close it up. And when we come back, we simply call it, that was what? This is our index. What was it again?
Landing page.
It wasn't the landing page. What we just built here, this was a profile page. That's profile page for the user, right? For the real estate agent. So we come, oh, this thing is short. If it's short, well, okay, cool. So I just want to come here and rename it to profile page.html. Great. So now, cool. You see, so what's happening here is when the server loads, it's unable to find any index file. Remember, without an index file, your program is not going to load automatically. It needs to find an index.html or index.php or index.whatsoever to load the main file, the root file in your root folder. So here what I'm going to now do is I'm going to replace, we don't have a starting page here, right? So I'm now going to create index.php because now we're switching to index.php. So but then please, this live server is not going to run PHP. PHP is a backend language that runs on its own server. That's why we've gone here, index.php. We're not seeing it here. If I refresh, the highest you can do is we'll show it here, but it's not going to load it automatically. So what we now do is we stop playing around with this and switch to the real localhost now. Localhost. Remember, this project is opened on where is that folder again? On this folder. This folder, let's look inly. This folder is coming from 1, which is our server. So when we follow all these paths, we are going to land on this index.php, no, not this one. This index.php file that's going to handle everything henceforth. But now what we should equally do is we're going to create a new folder here and call it views. And in our views, we pick all our HTML files and take there. So making our project simpler. Good. So when I come here, I simply come localhost, no longer on this port, but now we're going in for I think it was kept in projects. Let me see here. Projects, real estate. So I come projects, after projects, real estate. Cool. When we get in, good. Here we are in a PHP file, it's blank, so we see nothing. Let's just see if we're there. So in PHP, we'll just say, I could just come here and still do an h1 dot, and I say hello HTML. This is HTML code, right? HTML. Here. And if I save, we get our. It's not going to refresh automatically. I forgot that. Hello HTML, right? But remember, we're in PHP. This is a PHP file. So to actually do the same thing in PHP, we must do this. So now I come and say echo PHP, and let's see if it works. Cool. I'm in PHP mode now. So what we're doing now is we want to know when this PHP file loads, what should we see first? We should see our landing page, right? To see our landing page, we simply come right down and we do our include, and we go to our folder structure. Now folder structure, oh my gosh, what is this now? Yeah, I'm not including ones, I'm including, yeah. In our folder structure, all I want to say is I get into my views and I get the landing page. So I come back here and I say views, get into the views and get a file called landing page .html. Let's see if that works. So I'll come and refresh. Cool, we're back with our landing page. But the landing page this time is no longer loading from HTML, it's now loading from PHP, right? So we have to be very careful with the way we now handle it. But now I'm no longer willing to use it as an HTML file, I just change it to PHP directly. And all I come and do here is, I come with landing page here, I come and simply rename, and I call it PHP. It becomes a PHP file. I come here, do the same for this guy. PHP. I come, I do the same thing here. PHP, and I do the same thing here. And I call it PHP. Good. If I refresh, everything is still cool. They are now running as PHP files, meaning they can handle variables. Okay. So if we go back to our roadmap in terms of functionalities, let's look at it for a while. We said we should be able to. That's it for our controller. We have implemented our basic controller, but we need to do one or two things to make it functional. So for our basic controller, we have to make sure the links are working. So what do we mean by this? We should be able to click on a picture and see that picture show up. That's going to be our next task. So for us to do that and be sure that what we have done is okay, we need to get another picture of another estate so that we actually make sure it's working. Okay, so rush back to Google again and beg for another picture. No, I think there are many pictures there of estates. So let's pick something different from this. Cool, this one looks different. So in the same way, we're going to save this image. We save it and we rapidly go to the folder. Oh, it has come this way instead. So I pick it up and then I rush to real estate. I come to real estate images and I post it here and I call it 2. Okay. Here we start doing some real work. We go back to our landing page. Not details page. We go back to our landing page. Remember, we're on the landing page. On our landing page, what do we do? Okay, by the way, we now want that when someone comes to our site, when he comes here, you should not see document. This was the old localhost. So when someone comes up here, he sees document. He's seeing this document here. But we want to see the name of our site. So let's start with that. Yeah, we have been destroyed. So let's start with that. So on our index page, we'll create variables. So I'm going to create a variable here called data, which is going to be equal to an array. And this array is going to hold what? I'll give it the title. The title of this project is called Real Estate Platform. It should be a string. So real estate platform as such. So if I want to have access to this title, I simply do data, square brackets, and title. So given that this runs before this, all I need to come and do on landing page is I simply come and open up and I say echo data, which is a variable, and I try to get the value title. And when I save and I refresh, hopefully we should not get document up here. Cool, we get real estate platform, right? Yes, because this value here is being received here. So that's making work easy for us. Let's polish up very fast and see what we can do. So in the same light, I want to have our estates. So I'll come here and create another variable called estates. Estates being an array too. And this array, we said for every estate we need what? We need its picture, right? So we're going to img for its image, and we've named our pictures 1.jpg. What other information do we have for an estate? We have what? Information about that estate. So here we'll do lorem. Yeah, usually best practice to use this instead. Yeah, we have more info. What else should we have for every estate? We need a contact. Yeah, contact, we just need just one contact. So here we'll just put the number 675731671. Okay, so we leave that contact number as such. Okay, here it's an array, so you have to separate it by commas. So the moment I save this, remember, this means this array is carrying just one estate. But we need estates, just as its name says, we need estates to carry many estates. So we just do this. So this is one estate here. This is one estate. And we need many of these. So we'll use just 2 for now. Or we might use, let's go for 3. If we have to go for 3, therefore we'll do this. For 3 estates, we'll definitely have to go back to Google and ask one more image so I can get things that are different. Okay, cool, this image looks different too. So I'm going to save this image as, yeah, saving as something, I don't know what. Okay, let's pick it up. I'll happily come and pick it up from here and take it to this folder and keep it there as 3.jpg. So what does this mean? It means that coming back to our file, if this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Now, anyhow, let's not bother about the contacts. We can change them if I will not be using them. Our main interest is to see the pictures different. So this is estate that has 3 estates, right? Good. If it's having 3 estates, we'll go back to our landing page. And our landing page, we say, oh, sorry, HTML. We came here last time and we had so many. Where does it start? Okay, here's a row, right? This is a row, this is a column. So if you notice, this is what keeps repeating itself. This is what keeps repeating itself. And in PHP, in programming in general, you do your best not to repeat yourself. So we come here and we try to see. We first do this variable DOM. This, anything you don't understand, you can research after the video is being recorded. So when I come here and I do estates, it's going to tell me how many estates are there. Now refresh, it tells me that 3 estates, 0, 1, 2. You can see the 3 estates here. These 3 estates are all coming from this array. So we tell it, okay, you're having 3 estates. I want you to loop. Nope, I want the other one. For E, I want to loop over. Okay, let me go. Okay, we'll take a break.